argument doesn't work for multiple reasons. The first one is Mercer is way beyond hypersonic. Like, even the executive prototype stated Mercer's first known man-made vehicles, which includes rockets, like space shuttles. By that I mean like space shuttles like travel well over like 20,000 kilometers an hour. So like, for context, hypersonic is like Mach 4 through 8, and high hypersonic is I think Mach 10 through 20. I think so. Even in prototype 1, which is when this statement was referring to, Mercer is already in the high hypersonic ranges quite casually. Yeah, this argument doesn't work either, maybe because Alex doesn't rely on his cells to live, not even remotely. Alex has in prototype 2 at least a top molecular level region. Even in prototype 1 it's shown that after getting the claws he can regenerate on the molecular level. Like, if you think destroying cells is enough to kill each and every single molecule in his body, when molecules are smaller than cells and atoms are substantially smaller than cells, I don't know what to tell you besides the fact you have very little knowledge on science, as it seems. So no, destroying Alex's cells, it will in no shape or form even remotely harm him. In fact, we've seen an attack like that. It was called the Blood Tox, and guess what? It did the jack too little shit to him. Yeah, this argument kind of fails, like, even at face value, because Mercer's perception on firing the laser slows down. He can see the laser travel as well, and as well, he is the one that made it. He fired, like, he isn't using a gun. Like, sure, if it was a gun I could excuse it, but it's literally like from his own body. It's an ability. Like, everyone scales Gojo to fuck. Bruh. I think it was like immeasurable or infinite speed because of infinity or something. I don't really remember. I haven't like watched the anime in like years. But everyone says he's like infinite speed casually because of infinity. But yeah, Mercer's not even hypersonic level. Yeah, sure. And on the other point, the main reason Mercer can't travel the world in a second is, simply put, there's a very big difference between combat speed and reaction speed, and also Mercer doesn't really need to travel. Like, I actually pointed this out in one of my previous videos, but the virus cannot cross bodies of water, like, at all. It needs a vehicle to transport itself. One of the main reasons that we see Hela taking a helicopter to go from the green, red zone to... You get it. But the main reason Alex does kind of the same, or maybe just jumps over it, as in the Prototype 2 trailer, we actually see that Hela jumped from the green zone to the red zone, or the yellow zone. I don't really remember the scene itself, but he jumped from either green or the yellow zone to the red zone itself in a single sweep. So yeah, they don't really need a reason to travel the world at all. And even then, Mercer did plan on infecting the entire world, and it's never really shown that Mercer gets into a vehicle like a helicopter or something. We've only seen Hela do it, so if you wanna go the road of assumption, I guess you could say he can travel the whole world in a second or something. I mean, I don't have any evidence to prove it, but again, if you wanna just go that road, you can. But it's unfalsifiable. So, again, travel speed and combat speed are in no way, shape or form the same. There's a drastic difference between them. To give an example of this, let's take my favorite character of all time, Dante. Dante has fought enemies that supersede the concepts of distance, speed, can travel infinite realms in just one day, can search each and every single inch of said infinite realm in a single day, can fight enemies that supersede that bypass the entire time axis just with speed alone, can fight enemies that can jump clear through space and time casually, can fight off demons that have the ability to exist completely and utterly beyond or outside of space and time as concepts. So yeah, Dante has such speed that you can, at the barest of minimums, put him at the immeasurable speed, if not irrelevant speed tier. But he still takes like a long time to travel in gameplay and in cutscenes as well. So the argument that like you must be equal to travel speed to like have like any level of speed is just asinine. It makes very little sense and it doesn't apply to pretty much any form of fiction. In Dragon Ball, characters like need time to travel, and you know they're easily at least massively fast, like ever since the Saiyans, not saying Namek Saga, because they could travel like the universe, spaceships, but characters can't see Goku fight Frieza effective. Yeah, there's just a very big difference between the speed of like travel and combat. There's just a massive difference. And so he goes on more and more to explain that this one is just objectively wrong as well. The third point in this argument, as Mercer is very clearly seen in multiple zones, the green, the yellow, and the red zones. To say Mercer doesn't travel in either of those zones is completely wrong. We see him in the green, in the yellow, and in the red zone, respectively. As well, he says here that vehicles are apparently very slow. All vehicles, which is just very, very wrong. Like, it shows that I don't think he even knows what he's talking about, but all vehicles includes fighter jets, it includes space shuttles traveling at thousands upon thousands of kilometers an hour, since space shuttles can travel entire tens of kilometers in mere seconds. So no, beyond that speed tier of hypersonic, it's incompatible. You can't say he's slower than hypersonic. As though he even doubles down on his point here, where he wants to say that Mercer is not even remotely close to FTL because he can't travel the world in a second, which I've proven. Like, I don't know how many times I must prove this. Like, for some reason he never really provides a claim beyond this. Like, he always repeats the exact same claim, and I have always explained it away. But he doesn't stop like bringing it up. Like, it just feels like an argument from big-headedness. Like, he can't let go of this point for some reason. Like, he always comes back to this point, like, always, again and again, because, I don't know, like, he always just comes back. If Mercer is FTL, then he should travel the entire world in a second. Like, then by that logic, why can't Cole travel the entire city in just a millisecond? He's lightning level in speed as shown with Kessner. What about Dante? So he should cross the entire multiverse with like less than a single perception of conceivable time, if anything. Like, there's a massive gap between travel speed and combat speed. Even like DC Comics point this out. They're like, Batman asks, who's faster, Bruce Lee or Usain Bolt? Like, there's a huge difference between them in their respective fields. Bruce Lee is gonna completely stomp out Usain Bolt in sheer like combat speed. But if we're talking like running and travel speed, then Usain Bolt is gonna win. It's like, you can't put a character on the speed tier purely because they have minimal travel speed feats. Like, this is a very strange argument to make, and it's not supported in any wiki or basis. Like, there's a reason pretty much every single wiki completely wants to ignore travel speed.